Mr. Lovett and Mr. Sheehy, you especially, both of you guys. So you're both well aware of the Port of Morrow and their shovel-ready properties always. I think they lead the state in being able to turn around shovel-ready properties. And I would have to say, because of your relationship to CH2M Hill and the Tri-Cities and the infrastructure that's in the Tri-Cities, why did you leave that out of the mix? We have the land, we have the road, we have the river, we're close to the airport, and within 30 minutes of the number of employees, and we have the ability to turn it over and turn it over and make it happen. And it was not discussed in here. And I would think that's a really good opportunity. I also believe that Southern Oregon, down in Rep. Owens's district, that there is some availability there to make that happen as well. And that wasn't presented on this as well. And I have one more question. Sorry, Chair.
Let's let them answer, and then Senator Hansel.
Well, they'll be able to answer the whole thing, because I know you're talking about infrastructure and that kind of stuff, and we're good at turning that around. But here you're asking for 10,000 employees, additional employees. How do the roads in the metro area take those additional 10,000 people where we don't have that people directly, but we can get them? And we would be able to take that infrastructure part and make it work.
So the question on the table, if I'm understanding, is that how did you miss Morrow County? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll, Madam Co-Chairs and Representative Levy, I'll speak kind of generally to the question, then ask Gabriella and Dick to weigh in. Love what the Port of Morrow does. They kind of wrote the playbook on how you do economic development, particularly in rural parts of Oregon. It's a powerhouse, and it has been. I've worked with them my whole career. I do think that the workforce availability, the access to the international airport, while the Pendleton Airport is nearby, it's still likely a limiting factor, but I will ask Gabriella and Dick to speak more to the geographic constraints with those properties.
I want to take it, I'll finish.
Okay. Yes, committee members. I would echo what Keith said regarding workforce and access to airport. Pendleton would not really qualify from a standpoint of the type of airport they would need, and neither would really Tri-Cities. Both of those airports would have to feed to Portland or to Seattle or to, maybe not Boise or somewhere else, even Chicago or something a little larger. So I think the workforce, no question, power and water and utilities that have been turned around there, and just the knowledge of the industry is very aware of who the companies are that have built major investments there. But they really are data centers that require a lot of water and a lot of power and very few employees.
I'm just looking at Tri-City News. And Maria Cantwell, was one of the designers of the CHIPS Act bill. And she's in the Tri-Cities. And she's promoting it in the Tri-Cities with Pacific Northwest National Laboratory, which is 30 miles or 30 minutes from Umatilla and Morrow County. And just like Rep. Wallen said, we have FedEx flying in and out of the Hermiston Airport on a regular basis. We have private jets flying in and out of there for people that work for Amazon. That's one of the busiest small airports you've ever seen. And I still think you guys are limiting our choices when we know that we could do this in rural Oregon and we still could supply the people. And I think it would be a benefit to at least give it a look and see what's going on over there.